welcome back to our channel. We're Mums in Melanin. My name's Takoni.
My name's Tagumba.
I'm Ayola.
And I'm Debbie.
So today we're talking about whether mums have more say than fathers. What do you guys think?
This is interesting because, like, if we think about it really, generally speaking, I guess in the eyes of society, the mother is the primary caregiver, right? In most situations. So if we look at it on that basis, really and truly, mothers do have more say because, like when it comes to things like healthcare and looking after the children, generally, it's the mums that people tend to go to first. My opinion is it should be 50-50 because I'm so sorry, I didn't do this by myself.
Yeah, fair.
When we were enjoying, it was a 2 times 2, you know what I'm saying? So now that it comes to the making decisions, we should do it together. But does it actually happen like that? I don't think so. So for example, look at Kim and Kanye, right? So obviously they've broken up, isn't it? They've divorced. It's a sad situation. We apologize. Sorry. But, but predominantly it's Kim that has to say so now. She's with the kids. She's deciding whether or not he can come to the child's birthday party. Like, what is that? And I guess when adults or when parents separate, they split the children, right? But really and truly, you're inviting the whole world and the dad doesn't even know where the location of the party is. To me, that just seems a bit mad. Yeah. And it's not like he's an abusive dad or they didn't have a tumultuous relationship. It just ended, right? Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs, but it ended. It doesn't seem like it was really something like, oh my gosh, like this is so bad. Yeah, we know Kanye's a bit, but he's still a good father to what we know, for what we've seen. And she's even said it herself, right? Yeah, sure. So for him to not have access and, for him to now be crying to social media like, right, I don't even know where the party is and it just seems a bit mad to me. Because I genuinely believe that fathers have as much rights to their children as mothers. There are circumstances where actually that father needs to just go away. But I mean, generally, it depends on what the situation is.
What's actually happening in the background? Because obviously, what you show people is what you show people, isn't it? Yeah. Families, they might argue at home and then come out in public and be smiling. So it depends on what's happening in the background. But I think definitely it should be shared. And on top of that, I think it's us mums, we spend more time with our kids. I'm not sure why that is. But like when there's a separation, more time the children are with the parent, with the mum. And I think that's why women have kind of like that more control, that head up on control, because obviously they're with you. You're planning their day as much as you're planning your day. You're not going to plan the father's day. You know what I mean? But yeah, it should be balanced. But
so you say the parent that the child lives with, obviously normally they have more control because they're there all the time. But what about when 2 parents live in the same house?
Exactly.
So I think that also depends on the personalities of the parent. Yeah. So some fathers are very much hands-on, at the forefront, and if they have that dominant persona, they're going to be like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, etc., etc. But some guys, and I feel like it's this generation of men, give or take. Obviously, I'm not kind of painting everyone with the same brush, but I feel like this generation of men, they're very much laid back, like, like you're the mum in it, you sort it out, and they're happy to follow our lead when it comes to the children. So I just, I don't know.
I think that comes from older generations as well.
You think
like,
so? Oh yeah.
It's a woman's job to do most of the stuff with the kids or whatever.
So do you think it's learned behaviour then?
Definitely to some degree. But I also think it's important with, in households where you have both parents, to play to each parent's skill. Like what I don't expect is, I don't expect to be the one, if I'm not a great planner, what's the point because I'm the mum planning the weekend or planning this, if that's not really my forte. If I'm not good at it, if you're better at it, then it's better for you to do it. So I think, outside of obviously the traditional way of things, like you guys were saying, learned behaviour and mummy just doing everything and daddy being at work or whatever, which is, I suppose, the traditional way of things. In this day and age, I think if you're better at something, I think we should be able to have discussions with one another as in a relationship and say, do you know what? You're better at this, you do this, I do that. Do you know what I mean? So it's not so much the male role and the female role, it's just making sure that everything's covered in the right way, because that you can do it to its best form, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So for example, like I already know that I don't know, there's particular things like Sadiq's very good with like organising, doing spreadsheets for maybe, I don't know, finances or this or that or timings with things. I'm not really as rigid as that. So I'd let him do that side of things. But if it was like food shopping, yeah, we might have like minimal groceries if you went shopping because it's not really his thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously they're quite like light examples, but I'm just saying that day to day, I think it's important to play to your skill because you also have fathers who really know how to cook and mothers who don't know how to cook. And so you have the dad making the lunch and the dinner because everyone enjoys it. There's no point mum making food if she's just not really good at cooking and no one likes it. Dad might as well make it and mum might as well get over something else. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what, sorry, babe? Do you know what I think? I think in terms of like who has most say in terms of the child and with mother and father, I think the mum, naturally, we do. Like who says, okay, you know what, actually it's time for them to go to nursery? Who says, you know what nursery are they going to? More time it's the mum that's looking.
Just have them in mind. I don't know if it's biological, but you just have everything in mind.
But you know what they say?
You have it in mind, but when it comes down to looking for the nursery, personally, I don't think it's just me though.
Obviously, it's a joint decision.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you go with it together.
I don't even think I just initiate, to be honest. I think, obviously, as the child's growing older, I think I'd probably start thinking like, well, the child's going quickly, X, Y, Z. But when it comes down to, okay, you know, September's coming, I feel like with me and Sadiq anyways, both of us are kind of thinking about that already.
But ultimately,
I don't know if it's because
your child's going back to nursery because you are going back to work. If you were not going back to work, would you be thinking about nursery? Do you know what? It revolves, as much as it's a joint decision, it revolves around you. It revolves around the mum because we carry the children for however long, 9 to 10 months. We're
there's already a connection, I get that.
Do you know what I mean?
But there's also people who don't work who put their children in nursery because they need to, maybe for their peace of mind or whatever else. So it's not necessarily because of work.
Again, it's for them. Do you know what I mean? It's around the mother.
That's also because we get a long maternity leave in this country.
Exactly.
And going back after 6 weeks.
That's it.
There wasn't,
because guys only know what 2 years.
To be honest, I don't know how you guys in America are doing it. I actually don't know. Because even the year doesn't feel long enough for me sometimes. So well done to all of those who are doing it.
But I heard Gabrielle Union speak about like lead parent. So sometimes like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like there's always going to be a lead parent. It may be the father, maybe the mother. But someone just has to take the role of just doing a little bit more, having a bit more.
Is that depending on the situation?
I think it is.
Just generally.
Just depending on the relationship style. Do you know what I mean? So I guess in situations, you may have that as well. But just there's going to be someone that actually with the kids, you're just the lead parent. It's just more, they go to you more.
But I feel like by default, that's usually the mum though.
Maybe, but that's what one of my aunties as well. She was like, she's got 2 boys and I've got 2 boys. And she was like, don't worry. By the time they get to 8, 9, they'll leave you alone. They'll go with their dads. Don't even worry about it. Now, they're all over you. They're on you. Eventually, their dad will be who they're looking for.
Funny enough, Charles actually said that to me. When he was younger, he used to be like, where's my mum, where's my mum? But as he's older, like, he's like, yeah, no, it's my dad. Like, it's his dad that he gravitates towards, like he will listen to. And I guess you get to a point where you look to the person that resembles you most. So I guess as a man, you're looking to your dad.
You're not a man, you're trying to find your way through life. That's the person who can really...
Even now, with Isaiah, little things he does, I know he does it because his dad does it. So I'm just like, okay, it's so random, but I'm like, okay, he's copying his dad. You know what I mean? I'm just looking like, okay, it's fine anyway. It's better that you copy him than me, isn't it? I don't know. But okay, that's interesting.
But I think, with parenting, well, I guess with who has more say of the child, it should be equal. But I think sometimes his voices just end up being louder. Because you just know more, do you know what I mean? I don't know your dress size, I know if you're already growing out, I don't know your shoes size. I know so many things about you that I can just say. Not say that dads aren't doing what they need to do, but I've just got it all in mind.
And sometimes,
just comes out first.
Sometimes because you know all this information, it's easier for them to just say, oh yeah, ask the mum. Because it's better for them to just...
It's not worth them looking through the book. The actually
revise for the test.
What was the last injection you got?
You know, we are giving the test. They're revising for it. Like,
but I feel like because we think about things way in advance. So that's why I'd say that it's not that they're not active or there. It's just that we think about things way in advance. Sometimes it doesn't need to be thought about then, but it's obviously good that it is because we like to plan our time or whatever. Like you're saying immunizations and stuff like that. You're already thinking about, okay, the next one is going to be this year. Do you know what I mean? You're already calculating all these things. I suppose with men, like,
Until you tell them there's no...
Yeah, or even if it's like next month, you deal with it next month. If it's on the 15th, we deal with it from like the 10th. Then we need to start doing it.
That would give us more say though, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I think we have more say. So I think from that angle, with us just being forethinkers, that's why. Not so much because one party doesn't do enough or isn't interested or is lazy. Yeah, it's not really that. I think it's just, you know, when you just like sometimes, for example, maybe like it's not my turn to wash up, not turn, but maybe I don't need to wash up. Maybe Sadiq said he's going to, but because I just fast myself up in the morning. I've already planned myself like I'm gonna go and do this. I'm gonna go and do that. If I gave a chance, possibly he would have done it anyways. But we just forethink. Yeah, we just we think so far ahead. Like the whole week is already planned in our heads. Like, do you know what I mean? I think just being a woman.
They parent differently.
Yes,
like,
they do.
Their style is just laid back.
Hey, literally. So many hays, hey!
But sometimes it'd be like, I'll leave him, let's see what he does.
I don't like that thing, you know. It literally puts me on the edge of my seat.
Why?
I'm not like, I'm a kind of leaving parent.
No.
Because I need to learn. I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah, but it depends on what it is.
And the risk of what?
No, some things these men, let's be honest, like, I don't know if they're trying to build like, I don't know, this kind of boy behavior in them. No, but sometimes it's like, it's okay.
We're at a party, there's bounce cars, there's big kids. I'm happy to let my son go and play. I'll watch you.
Yeah.
But my husband was stood by the bounce castle. He was the bouncer. He stood by and said, nah, this kid is too old, not my kid. He's 8 years old. So, do you know what I mean? So, to me,
but I get that.
You know,
but with that example, I get that. And I think Sadiq will probably do the same because bouncy castles are dangerous with big kids, let's be honest. Like, if they just jump and fall on your kid, it's a lot, you know. Like, your kid will be trapped underneath there. Let's be honest, it is dangerous. But I mean, like, generally when kids are doing things like, you know, like if your kid's climbing, for example, one parent will be like, get down before the child even climbs.
Right.
The dad might just let them climb, let them fall. Like, you see? That's why I said don't do that. This is it. So I get you're building resilience, but sometimes let's not go through the whole go apes experience.
You already know what it's going to end up in. Why are you trying to hurt them? It's fine. Yesterday, Amara was climbing on Charles's back. So I was like, he was like, you're going to fall down. You're going to bang. So if you know it's going to happen, why don't you just stop her from doing it? No, because I've told her. But how about we just, prevention is better than cure, guys.
Sometimes I feel like they communicate with the kids like they're older. Yeah. Is it me? It's like, I told her already. It's like,
what do you mean?
But she's a baby.
Can we not do that, please? Just take her down.
But are we also a bit too soft? Like, we feel like, because we've told you something. Really, I've told you, you need to learn to listen. But we don't mind saying and saying and saying. Maybe we shouldn't be.
Because it's called mothering. We mother our children. Like, we nurture them. Smother mother. It rhymes for a reason, guys. Yes, I want to wrap my children in cotton wool. I don't want any lumps, bumps, bruises, scratches. I panic. You know when they say a swan is so graceful on the top, underneath it's that's me, guys. I'm like, oh, you banged your head. I'm so sorry.
But inside,
oh my God, does he have a concussion? Oh my God, can he breathe properly? Does he have blurry vision? It's too much. How about we just prevent it? That's it.
Do you know what I watched? Sorry, babe. I watched a TikTok the other day, and it was a little boy. He was on a bike. You know, one of those little the tiny ones where you don't cycle.
You walk. The balance bikes.
Balance bikes. It was down a hill, and this child, I don't know how.
Down a hill?
Yeah, down maybe like 2 or 3. And there were older kids like going as well, and his dad like let the son like go down. The boy went down and he fell, and I was just thinking, oh my God, is that child okay? But he was like, let them grow in it. They're gonna learn.
No, I can't.
I wouldn't be able to.
There's a level of learning. There's learning, and they're sending me back to the labour room, reminding me what was happening. It's not that deep. Like down the hill, even I don't want to ride down that hill. So why should he ride down that hill?
All alone was just like, nah. Is he really gonna let this child go down the hill?
But I get it.
I think walking with it, like running with it, but then he fell.
It got too much.
But this is the beauty of balance, isn't it? Because the truth is, we would never allow the child to go down the hill. But it is in some way building resilience and building strength. Like,
resilience
if you
what's the resilience
even you're fresh off the pain.
That's not a proper bike.
No, but it's the bike you're supposed to use. It is a bike you're supposed to use way before you. It's a learning balance.
Fine. But what is the lesson here? That now you know.
If you fall down, you dust it off and you try again. You don't have to sit there and cry by your bike.
But generally in life, sorry.
No, but that isn't important. Resilience isn't important.
Resilience.
Okay, fine. You're right. But is there not better ways to build resilience?
Exactly,
do you have to break a leg to build resilience?
No, but we're not talking about breaking a leg.
But essentially,
we're not talking about breaking a leg.
But you can really hurt yourself.
No, you can.
There's other lessons that can be taught that don't require plasters and crying.
I agree,
and
but anytime you're going to learn to ride a bike, whether you're 3 or you're 5 or you're 7, you're going to fall. You're going to break your leg.
You can also
if you don't, you haven't tried to ride it.
Also, but sensible people learn to ride bike on grass or on the surface
but you will still fall and hurt yourself. The point is, it's not, I get what you're saying. I don't agree with the hill.
Yeah.
But the point is, when you fall, it's how we deal with that fall. Are you teaching them to kind of get up and just, oh, you know, I hurt my leg, but get over it? Or, because you know, kids sometimes when you look at them, that's when they milk it the more because you've looked at them.
That part I'm fine with.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you don't hit their head and they didn't blag hurts them, but they hit their leg, not their head. You know what I mean?
I'm actually fine with that part. But I'm just not understanding the pushing down the hill part. I
just
feel
like
you're just adding, you're doing a bit much. And then when that child starts crying, you're going to be saying, no, it builds resilience. Actually, how about we take away the hill, give it a flat surface. If they fall then we can say, yeah, you know, get up and try again. That's fine. That's normal. Let's work our way up to hills and mountains. And
this actually is interesting because it's a bit of a side topic, but I was watching a fight, you know, like an actual boxing ring fight, right? And they you know, it's a sport. Even though I have my reservations. Anyways, it's a sport, right? So there's a children version of it where young children were fighting on screens on YouTube and they're fighting like with boxing gloves, but fighting. And I can't remember what kind of fight it was. And I was saying, no. So they can do anything. Like they're free, yeah?
How old are these?
In this country?
I'd like to say, I don't think it was here. But it's something that people watch. It's a known thing. I can't remember. I'd like to say maybe like 8. That they're young. They're very young, 7, 8. And one's just kicking the other one's leg. And I was saying to Zeke, I was like, this is bad. Like children shouldn't be allowed to do this. He was like, it's a sport. Now, I don't know. For me, I just feel like your body's still developing. This is the mothering side that's coming out now. Because it is technically, quote unquote, a sport. But for me, it's like, now your body's developing. Your leg hasn't even fully grown its muscle. Someone's already kicking it for you.
What about martial arts? They do matches, they get stuff, and they start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, because I just feel like a man and a woman in that same predicament, one would understand that it's a sport and they're building resilience and they're building strength. I would just see it as you're hurting yourself, you're too young, you don't need to be in this ring. Yeah!
Can I say that I find there to be a big difference in how I view boxing and martial arts? I feel like martial arts, maybe because it's the surrounding is building discipline, having you know, like there's more. But boxing,
they'll be fighting.
But also, I just feel like it's not as intense because boxing you're going for the head.
Scared.
Boxing is always the head. Like obviously there's body shots, but you're looking to get that uppercut.
Even
you're looking to get that KO.
That small little rib.
I promise you, I'm very uncomfortable with the idea of boxing. I just don't feel like your head that tells the rest of your body what to do. No, it's fine. Martial arts, I just feel like there's more discipline.
But I bet the fathers wouldn't have the same thing to say.
I know.
This is what I'm saying about that mothering thing.
To be fair,
a father would see the discipline. A father would see the fact that your child can defend themselves. They know how to fight. They know how to calculate. We just see the pain. And oh my God, the child, do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about balance. Because there are pros and there's cons to everything. I'm really not for the whole boxing thing, but generally there are pros and cons to everything. And I think this is the balance and the beauty of having both influences. Even if they don't live in the same home, there's an influence that balances the child, providing obviously it's a healthy influence. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. I do agree with balance because even though we mother and you can't have that all the time.
Yeah.
This is somehow good in it to build up resilience and just to get used to certain things. Like I get the boxing and the martial arts are very different, but at the same time, it's like if you're used to it, later on once you're older, whatever, you know, you can handle it a bit better. You know how to dodge. The way they hooked you the last time, they
won't hook you again. They won't catch you again.
So
I don't know, but the whole Kim and Kanye situation with the whole not inviting to the party, I think
something deeper to that.
Yeah, there has to be. It can't be surface.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah, but even so, in saying that, there should be that level of, okay, you know what, let's put all of this aside for our child, because ultimately you're both parents to this child, and it should be 50-50, especially when the issues aren't involving the child personally. So there's no child abuse, there's no domestic violence, so to speak. Like, so like,
but it is a lot. Let's be honest, it is a lot. It depends on the circumstances. So we are saying this subjectively too.
But it's a birthday party. We're not saying every day in your house.
No, I agree. But if you've been a victim of this person, the children's father, you're a victim. Yes,
again, it depends. That's what I'm saying.
Not towards the children, towards you as a parent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Aside from that, in those circumstances, I can understand not wanting to be
exactly. You don't want to be in that
space. And in that case, okay, let's have separate somethings. Yeah, fine. But generally,
they've been around each other.
Oh no, I'm not about Kim and Kanye. I'm just saying generally. Yeah. Okay. Because obviously, the reason why I say that is because obviously with children, especially children whose parents have separated, you find that over time anyways, they're going to go and look for the other parent. Like, they're going to want to know their version of the story. Like, regardless how much you say this person's good or they're not good or whatever else, the child's going to want to know that other parent. So I feel like you obviously do your best, but there'll come a point.
It depends. Some people.
But I feel like there always comes a point that there's a curiosity in your mind. You don't know, really.
It depends on what's been
depends.
fed.
Yeah. Mums have a very, very, very strong influence on their child.
Yeah.
And whether we want to believe it or not, a lot of the things, like I think we said this before, like what we say to our children, we don't know what sticks and what doesn't. So
you gotta be
especially
careful.
like you have to be very, very careful. Even like in saying things like, one thing I really can't stand, Peppa Pig, this is just a really bad reference, but Peppa Pig be like, oh, silly daddy, and I can't stand it.
She's very rude, I don't like that girl.
She's very rude. Very rude. That's silly rude. Anyway, things like that, because children are like, oh, silly daddy. I'm just like, can we relax? What's happening here? Because, you know, like, you don't want to now paint that narrative like, okay, you know, daddies are silly, they just sit on the sofa, they don't do anything. But it's just, you know what I'm saying?
So I just want to interject. With children and like who's like has more say, I think because I guess we've all seen it. Normally it's the mums and this and that. When you have a new baby, it's so easy for like the mum to kind of take over. So obviously when I first had Roman, because I was recovering, Francis did a lot of the job. Do you know what I mean? But when I got my bearings back, I was taking over, and you know like I'm showing him now, do it this way, and he's just like, mate, I've been doing this. One, I'm doing this. Two, we became parents on the same day. You know, more than me. Do you know what I mean? Like, but obviously, as a mom, you just feel like, you know, I've done research. I know, no, the napkin needs to be like this. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it can make the dads feel some type of way. Do you know what I mean?
I think you have to intentionally, like, it has to be an intentional consciousness to make sure they don't feel excluded or like they do less than. Like, so for example, when Micaiah was born, I was very, very quick to be like, you change his nappies. He didn't really know what he was doing. I was like, I'll tell you how to do it. Why? Because all you have to do, once you learn, you're good. Do you know what I mean? So I have to give you the opportunity to just do it. I can't just be doing it all the time, because then I'm not helping you.
And then
do you know what I mean? And then you're stuck.
Your reasoning is nice. It's very nice. Because my reason was not because I want, let's do this together. No, actually, I'm not changing all the poo nappies all the time. You change the nappies. That was my reason. You're good. No. You two, we did it.
I don't know, because there's a point where I cared about the poo, but at this point, Micaiah was very small. We'll go into that in another video. But it was very, very small. And I feel like sometimes when your baby's even small, you feel like they need to be dealt with even more delicately. And you just feel like as a parent, as a mother, you have that delicate touch. You're not going to just swing their leg. Like, do you know what I mean? Because Micaiah was...
What did you do?
But you know what I mean? So I feel like, I mean, at the end of the day, we can all do things gently, but I think naturally we just feel like I can do it.
Touch,
the mother, I think as long as there's balance, you don't use it to make your husband or your partner or whoever else kind of feel small or feel irrelevant. Then I think it's okay, because I think even they're okay with the fact that there's things that you know and they're cool with it. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes, even though you do things differently, it's best that you just leave them to do what they, however they do it.
It's fun. You know,
just do it.
Like, what's gonna happen? The child's not gonna get injured. It's not the worst thing in the world.
But you say that it's tough though, because I'm smiling. I'm like, but actually no.
You have to bite your lip, because honestly, it's an intentional thing.
As I get older, I'm like, okay, fine, like whatever. But it's hard. I'm very much a mama bear. So no, don't do it like that. What's happening here? No. You know what? It's fine. Just leave. I'll do it. Because wait, can you change the nappy? Why did you change the nappy like this? Let me pick up the nappy. You know, like it's just, and I can understand.
That's annoying.
Yes, I'm so sure Charles has found me very, very annoying parenting our children. I don't apologize. I was gonna say sorry. I don't apologize. I'm sorry. I am who I am. Take me as I am.
It is natural though. I get it.
Yeah,
but we have to give room. We have to.
I know.
The thing is, you give the room. If the nappy's done wrong, turn your blind eye, try and find it. Wait, the poo comes out of the edge, then you send the child back to the person who did it. That's the only thing you have to say now. No, I'll be like, do it like this, but can I help you actually? When you're doing it the next time, but I'm not going to do it, you still do it, but I'll show you how to do it. Because like Talking about saying, you're not helping yourself. Now you're the queen of doing it, so equally all day you're going to be doing it. When you need to go and do something, nappy needs changing, you have to stop. For something anyone can do, anyone fingers.
And when you're really busy, it's like, free yourself up, innit? Like, you can't do everything. When you're really busy.
But when you delegate, you run the risk of it not being done to your standard.
Yeah. But you have to be okay with that. Yeah, you have to be okay with that. And I think that's not even just with fathers. It's with like your mom or your auntie or anyone who's helping with the children. Because grandparents. Because as much as I love them. They're
very helpful. Yeah.
But obviously, you know when you have your way and they have their way, maybe the way they did it for you when you were young, maybe time has changed because it has been years and years and years since then. Yeah. And it's like, there's that contention of, I don't like it this way. No, this is the right way it's done.
This is how
Are you telling me or am I telling you?
Did I not bring you up?
Oh, you know everything now.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think, again, it's just learning to accept help. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes I feel like we push away the help, not because we don't want the person, but because we're so, this is the right way, this is the right way. Sometimes it's okay if you're going to get that assistance and get some time to respite time, just accept it. It's just not the worst thing in the world. Do you know what I mean?
And I think ultimately, so what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Do you know, this is that laugh for they're really like,
exactly.
It's kind of hanging off.
Yeah.
You know, what's the worst?
It's true.
That's gonna happen to the kid.
Or your child's getting, your baby's been given water, they're not going to die. I have to slide that one in because I know that we all have our views on that as parents, mothers, but the truth is, Micaiah was given water and nothing happened to him. The guy's absolutely fine. So sometimes just don't stress yourself, it's not the worst thing in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. A one-off, they come round, whatever.
Make it work.
But you know what I like is the fact that it builds the relationship with the child and the grandparents, for example, or the
or the parent, the father,
or whatever. Give you sweets. I'm
the auntie. It's true.
She be coming around like Shannon's a baby. She ain't got teeth yet. Why are you giving her sweets?
Because I think you need to think long term. Because if you're always correcting adult, they're not gonna want to.
Yeah, they won't want to. It's true. That's very true. It's too restricted.
That's it. It's finished, so.
To be honest, I wouldn't want I wouldn't want to look after a child that I'd be too scared to do anything. Because what if the mum says, do you know what I mean? Don't come to my house. It's too much stress. I have to be revising before you come over. What's that?
It's a level of trust.
Yeah.
There has to be some trust. It's not everybody you're going to trust.
As long as your child is safe. That's it. As long as they're safe.
There's a little bit of water between friends. Relatives.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Listen, subscribe to our channel. We want to hear your views. Give us some topic suggestions. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.